But when I first started working as a coach, everybody wanted to get better at performing. It was productivity and performance, and it was presence. And most of the people that were coached were in sales, obviously sports coaching, which is a totally different thing. And then, of course, C-suite coaching. So companies were very invested in it. And still, it was about a certain population within the companies that got all the attention. And to be honest, most of it was co-coaching or very consultative coaching. So it wasn't a lot of really developing people. Talking about emotions, uh-uh. It was really tense because the first thing I started noticing is your emotional part of you is driving your perception, and how you're feeling in your body is amplifying all that. And there was this real connectedness, but people just wanted to talk about tasks, to-do list, deadline, and it was very much what I call accomplishment coaching. And I recall emotional intelligence became popular when Daniel Goleman promoted it, and that became like a wave. And with any kind of thing, you get different waves of appreciative inquiry and a wave of positive psychology. And so all that over time, I think what's happened is people have started to say, okay, people are whole and they're whole at work, they're whole at home. What happens at home comes into work, and that you've got to actually invite change from a place that isn't just the doing, but also being and the thinking and the feeling and the sensing. And so I remember going into a lot of environments, and this is why we left just doing corporate trainings, because people didn't want to talk about the real stuff, the invisibles. But now you see coaching in pretty much every niche. And like we do a trauma-informed coaching, which is bridge between coaching and referring someone to a therapist. You'll see spiritual coaching, you'll see very specific ADHD coaching and things like that. And so we're seeing a lot of people use coaching, the coaching method, in combination with targeted problems, which is great. But what's really happening now, which is whether you call it our world status, our political correctness in the US, COVID, people are coming in with much different needs. And that's really the biggest change, is the coaching is no longer, people are not just wanting to make a checklist, even though they often will come in and want to make a checklist, but you realize that they can do that on their own, and why they're there, once they feel that sense of safety and trust within that relationship, they'll be like, okay, here's what else is going on, and here's how I can't get out of this experience, or I don't know how to have this conversation. And so people are coming with topics that require the deeper skills, and the coach that has that self-awareness of recognizing that this is coachable, or maybe this really isn't.